I think a lot of heterosexual women do not want to date in order to suss out compatibility. They want to date as a performance. They want to date as a dance. Now, I'm saying many heterosexual women. I am not saying all. I am not even saying a majority. I am saying many who are dating in order to participate in the performance of romance rather than actually trying to ascertain whether they are compatible with this person. Because to me, it feels like a very cut and dry situation. This guy sent a voice note asking a question. The answer was no. The woman either responded by saying no or responded indirectly by blocking him, unmatching him. Either way, dating worked. The point of dating is to go out with someone, figure out if you're compatible enough to keep going out. The reason you ask a question is to get an answer. Anytime you ask a question, you know that there's a 50% chance that the answer is going to be no. Voice memo guy knew there was a 50% chance of the answer being no. He still asked anyway because he wanted the answer. Wanting an answer to a question does not make you coercive. I think the problem that he ran into, a lot of women want men to want something that they don't want. And it almost feels like it's born out of this place of control. The man has to perform the way that the woman wants him to perform in order to feel some sense of value. I think it would have been interesting if this woman had asked herself, do I actually even like this man? Because that is a question that so many women on this app are not asking themselves. So fixated on what people should be doing and how people should be acting. Is this something you even want? She was upset that he didn't play the game exactly the way she wanted it to be played. And to me, that's a control issue. I'm not saying that just in response to this voice memo situation. I genuinely think for a lot of women, it's not enough for a man to treat you the way you ask to be treated. He has to treat you that way independently without any guidance, input, or suggestions whatsoever. I understand that impulse. I understand where that desire comes from. But that is ultimately wanting someone to read your mind. I want to sleep with you, and if you don't want to sleep with me, then we should keep moving. Is not a radical thing to say. It was poorly said. I am a writer. I am the first to acknowledge. His problem isn't that he wanted to sleep with her. His problem is that he didn't say it the right way. Did she want to sleep with him? Because the rest is irrelevant. If she didn't, then she says no. And then dating worked. If she did want to sleep with him, then she says yes, and dating worked. Either way, dating worked. He weeded himself out. He weeded her out, however you want to see it. It also reminds me of this thing that I see a lot online. Women posting men who are balding, who are in their late 30s, early 40s, and it says on their dating profile, short-term, open to long, or it says that they're not looking for anything serious. And then these women will be so upset and say, well, you're 40 and you're balding and you're not looking for anything serious. What are you looking for? And to me, it feels like one of those situations where he's telling you what he's looking for. He's looking for something short term, and he's maybe open to something long. Just because you don't like that he is a balding middle-aged man doesn't want a serious relationship doesn't mean that that's not what he's allowed to want. Shouldn't we appreciate people for communicating their wants and desires clearly and not leaving any ambiguity on the table? Again, I am not saying that voice memo guy couldn't have framed it better. I am saying the problem is not what he wanted. The problem is that you don't like that that's what he wanted. And that is a control problem.